It's a whole world out there, man. And like you mentioned synchronization earlier, I feel like in the music world, and this is something I've talked to Flynn about, it's like there are a lot of ways to make money in music. It's not just being a touring DJ. In fact, there is a price with that. I mean, how many examples are there these days? Avicii, the greatest example of them all, right? Yeah. You got to think about yourself. You got to think about the long term. I mean, it's really a wild world. But if you think about how many things music are involved in, video games. I mean, you think about shit like the X Games, Olympics. Like, think about pop music. I don't know how many people know this, but they need to know this. Like Lady Gaga's most recent album, Chami's credited on it. Axwell, Burns, like all these guys. Like, stay humble about this shit.
Yeah,
you know?
Completely. Yeah, I mean the sync world. The sync world is interesting because
you still do it.
I'm still in it a little bit, but definitely not as much as I was.
Yeah.
But the sync world is interesting because it's like they either want something that they heard from someone else.
Yep.
So you
just a little different.
Yeah. So you're trying to like copy someone.
Yeah.
Or they want like filler music, stuff that is gonna go in like MTV shows. Yeah. And if you watch an MTV show and really pay attention, the music recycles every 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Like they will just churn music, which is great because if they use your stuff a lot, you can you make some royalties on it. But it's kind of like, should I make a full 3-minute version song so you can use like
or do you need like the 15 seconds?
Yeah, like I can do like a bunch of 30 seconds. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's there's some guys who are doing like trailer music, which they make a killing out of it.
Movie trailers. Yeah.
Just like big, huge sound design stuff.
Yeah.
And that's really awesome. But then there's like the pop side of it. But a lot of sync agencies like to actually go with established artists. Really? And that's what a lot of the music supervisors actually like to go with.
Oh.
So they'll like Apple just used Res.
Did they?
Yeah, they just used Res for when they released the new MacBook Pros last year.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
They used Res and Death Pact.
Yeah.
They're collabed together. And
wow, that's aggressive.
Yeah, but they it's
really makes
you
like
want
to Mac.
It's that like super like hard like mid-tempo shit, which is super dope and it worked for them. But a lot of music supervisors like using established artists because they know that it's coming from something and they can post about it.
Right.
So if you're just a random sync artist, like it's really hard to do anything.
That's true.
Yeah. So you kind of it's a weird world.
I'm always so interested in it, and I think a lot of artists out there, a lot of the people that watch this show are up-and-coming artists and are trying to make a career in the music industry, and I'm always trying to get the perspective of people like you who have had their hands in a lot of pots in the past. So I appreciate that insight.
Yeah, totally.
So I want to dive a little bit deeper into your remixes and bootlegs. You mentioned some of your originals, but it's really pretty incredible, man. And before we talk about any tracks, it's obvious to me when you make these remixes and bootlegs that you're having a fucking great time with it.
Yeah, I'm usually, if I'm making a remix or a bootleg, it's usually for a song that I already like.
Yeah.
Unless it was like hey, do this remix for so-and-so. It didn't go through. But so I'll release it as a bootleg. Right. That's kind of what happened with WAP.
So really? I was going to ask about that one.
So I got the stems for it. They were potentially going to release a remix pack for her.
Wow.
And then they said no because they wanted Diplo.
Oh
my god.
Diplo.
Yeah, so
imagine Nicki Minaj performing with you.
Well,
and that song.
What was super dope was Kalina Zanders, if you know who that is.
I know Kalina. She's been on the pod.
Yeah. So we actually did a version of it with her vocals doing "There's Some Hoes in This House" section.
Hell yeah.
With like all these crazy harmonies. It sounded like
this
choir, like gospel thing.
She's
it was
amazing.
Super dope. I'm astonished that they didn't want to work with it, but something like that where it's just like, I can get the stems and I'll try to do a remix for them, and then it falls through. So like, okay, I'll do a bootleg. Right. I'll still release it. Right. But it has to be a bootleg.
That track is insane.
Yeah, that track is insane. Man, do I love Sherm in the booth. Oh, hey, I think you do too. Hope you enjoyed that piece of content. If you're looking for more, make sure to go to my YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you don't miss any upcoming Sherm in the Booth interviews, live sets,
new music, exclusive artist interviews, Sherm's Word, sub-pack reviews, and more. This is your one-stop shop for everything entertainment. Cheers.